We have Chapter 7, Lesson 2, finding the unit rate. Now the unit rate is finding how much one thing is. So it's examples of price per 1 pound, mile per gallon, time it takes to read 1 page. So the whole point is we're finding one of something. Okay? So here's my example. If I type 45 words in 5 minutes, I want to find the unit rate. So here's what I have to do. I've got to set up a fraction. Okay? Here's my fraction. 45 minutes over, or 145 words over 5 minutes. So again, I'm setting up a fraction. Remember, I want to find out how many words I type in 1 minute. So how do I get from 5 to 1? Well, divide by 5. So 145 divided by 5 is 29. So my fraction is 29 words over 29 words over 1 minute. So the unit rate is 29 ones, or 29 words per minute. That's how much I type. Now, the whole point, you have to write an equivalent fraction. On your homework, on your assignment, I want to see your equivalent fractions. So we want to find the unit rate for 3 pounds of grapes. The grapes cost $2.37 for 3 pounds. So here's my fraction. $2.37 for 3 pounds of grapes. Here's my fraction. Now, does it matter which one's on top and which one's on bottom? No, it doesn't. What matters is that I have a fraction. Okay. Then over here, I'm setting myself up for success by figuring out, well, gosh, how much do I need for 1 pound? How much does 1 pound of grapes cost? So how do I get from 3 to 1? Do I multiply or do I divide? If you said divide, you are correct. So I'm going to divide by 3. And if I divide the numerator, or sorry, if I divide the denominator by 3, I've got to divide the numerator by 3. So what is $2.37 divided by 3? Go ahead and pause the video and try to divide. If you said 79 cents, you are correct. Again, you'll notice how it's set up. I've got my price for pounds in dollar amount and pounds. Okay, and then what am I trying to find one of? Am I trying to find one of $1, or am I trying to find 1 pound? Well, I'm trying to find 1 pound, so that's why I'm dividing. That's why I've got my unit rate over here. Okay, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. $2.37 divided by 3 is 79 cents. Alright, so apples cost $1.49 a pound. I want to know how much 5 pounds cost. So again, they set up our fraction beautifully here. $1.49 over 1 pound. Okay, so what am I looking for here? How many pounds? That's right, I'm looking for 5 pounds. So how do I get from 1 to 5? Well, I multiply by 5. And if I multiply the denominator by 5, I multiply the numerator by 5. So they call it multiplying each term by 5. So what is $1.49 times 5? Well, I'll give you a moment to try to figure that one out on the paper. Quit trying to do it in your head. $7.45 is the answer. So 5 pounds of apples cost $7.45. So the answer is B. I want you to try quick check 1 all by yourself. So the question asks, you can buy 6 ounces of yogurt for 68 cents or 32 ounces of yogurt for $2.89. Find each unit price. So how much does 1 ounce of yogurt cost? Which is the better buy? Remember, Write equivalent fractions. Write equivalent fractions. If you don't write equivalent fractions, you're not setting yourself up for success. So give the video a pause and let's see how you do. If you had 32 ounces for $2.98 as your answer, you would be correct. Here's my division. Now you'll notice that I added a 0 to the division problem and rounded to the nearest cent, because that would tell me what the exact answer is. So if dollar amounts don't come out even, I always have to add a 0 and round to the nearest hundreds. Now, do I have to keep dividing? No. Stop after you get to the hundreds place. I'm sorry, the thousands place. Stop after you get to the thousands place. So here, a 3. The 3 tells the 1 to stay the same. That's why it's 11 cents. And here, the 0 tells the 9 to stay the same. That's why I stopped there. So that's why I have 9 cents. So the better buy is 32 ounces for $2.89. Alright. Number 3. Write the unit rate for each ratio, then find an equivalent ratio. So basically, again, we're writing two equivalent fractions, only they're called unit rates. Okay, you earn $5.25 in 1 hour. How much do you earn in 5 hours? And then here, for B, you type 25 words in 1 minute. How many words can you type in 10 minutes? So go ahead, pause the video, give it a try, and we'll see how you do. If you had $26.25 in 5 hours, you would be correct. Now remember, write equivalent fractions. This is what I expect to see on your assignment. Equivalent fractions. Okay, equivalent fractions. Yes, I'm asking you to do it this way because if you don't, your chances for success aren't as likely. So write equivalent fractions. Okay? So here I made $26.25 in 5 hours. How many words did I type in 10 minutes? You guessed it, 250 words, because 1 times 10 is 10, and 25 times 10 is 250 words. Right? So good luck on your assignment, and make sure that you email me with any questions. Please use the examples that I gave you for help. Enjoy.